schools are working and they're doing a magnificent job, yet she decided to stop accepting applications for these schools that were working so well. She told teachers and staff and principals to prepare to go back to their home boards, and she has no plan. This government has no plan as to where they're going, is what I heard in the 12 minutes from the Education Minister, Mr. Speaker. It's appalling. It's appalling. The members of the opposition, the official opposition, were extremely worried that when some deals were being made inside the Minister of Education's offices, deals that were exposed later on the front page of the Globe and Mail, when they claimed that there was going to be net zero, the cuts were going to come from inside the budgets of the Ministry of Education.
Now we know where they're coming from.
We worried that it might be special education that was cut. Now we know what their plan was. It was to cut demonstration and provincial schools, which is completely unacceptable,
Shame.
Mr. Speaker.
Shame.
I'd like to welcome all of the parents and staff and grads and current students and future students who are here with us today at the Legislature. You know, this morning, Mr. Speaker, we got a rare example of what real courage looks like, and it almost brought me to tears. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, it did bring me to tears. We don't often get to watch a 10-year-old girl stare down the Minister of Education, but we got that opportunity today. She has a right to an education just like every other kid in this province, and she said so. She has a right to a future just like every other kid in the province. She's the one who said that today to the Minister of Education. This little girl is 10 years old, and already she's a hero. It's a privilege every day to come to work in this place, Mr. Speaker. It's a privilege every day to have the people of your community entrust you with their issues and voice them here in the Legislature. And every once in a while you have one of those moments that reminds you of why you wanted to be here in the first place. Someone or something comes to your attention that reminds you about what goes on in this place has the potential to give someone a brighter future, or what we're seeing from the government takes that future away. Speaker, today is our opportunity to give my little friend Lexi a bright future. Today's our opportunity to tell the government that these are more than just schools. These are places that change the lives of students who have nowhere else to turn. It's nothing short of malpractice on our part if we don't speak up for these students and tell the government that these kids shouldn't have to exist year to year wondering whether or not the school is going to exist or whether the funding is going to come their way. It was amazing to watch the government respond this morning during question period, Mr. Speaker. First, we had the Premier trying to take credit for a one-year reprieve for schools that never should have been on the chopping block in the first place.
That's correct. That's right.
Then we had the Minister of Education tell us that the consultations had only recently concluded, but that they would be ongoing as the minister met with more people. My colleague, the member from Windsor West, whose motion we're now debating, then revealed to the House that the minister was originally supposed to be discussing staff impacts this spring after the decision was made. We always stated that the end game here was to close these schools, that the consultations were just for show. And Speaker, I believe that further consultations are just another show. The minister just decided to blow some more taxpayer money by giving the consultants a second booking in this process. There was no original intent by the government to keep these schools open. They decided to do it yesterday to try and short-circuit the demonstrations that were planned here at the Legislature. That's why, for the first time in this entire process, the government talked about new legislation around students with learning disabilities in question period today. Speaker, kids like Lexi deserve more than solutions made up on the fly, around a kitchen table or on the back of a napkin, and we've seen far too many policies develop in the last couple of days that way. The minister and the government know this. Kids with learning disabilities educated at demonstration schools have gone on to remarkable careers. They're physicists, they're doctors, they're lawyers. They've gone to MIT, Cornell, Queen's, McGill. They've had great success. These schools change lives. They save lives, and they provide hope. If we are in no other business in this place, Mr. Speaker, let it be that one. Let us be in the business of giving kids hope who are often looking for it wherever they can find it. I've had the opportunity to visit Sagonaska a couple of different times and meet the students there. I just want to read a couple of these messages that were sent to me by the kids. And they wrote on the back of these cards what Sagonaska School means to them, Mr. Speaker. The first one is from Kayla Stevens. She's 14. Sagonaska has given me confidence in myself and has made me a better reader. I've made friends for life, thanks to Sagonaska. Jackson, Sagonaska helped me read better, helped me learn to swim better, helped me learn to self-advocate, play the guitar, use my tech better, helped me to improve my social skills. Janine, who's 14, Sagonaska is really important to me. It's basically my home. Sagonaska helped me in many ways. I started at grade 1 reading level. Now I'm at a grade 7 reading level. These are real kids in our communities, Mr. Speaker. They wanted me to pass on their messages here today. I'd just like to thank those who are here to advocate for the school. And I really want to say that this one is for Lexi. Thank you all for being here. Government, do the right thing.